There was a discussion during last week's budget meeting about the slashing the library's budget. McIntyre Ward Councillor Albert Aiello, who introduced the unsuccessful motion, even floated the idea of consolidating some library branches in the future. But the library CEO says he has no intention of doing that. This as the library works on a new master facilities plan. Vasilios Bellos has the details.
Last week's Marathon City Council meeting saw a late motion to cut the Thunder Bay Public Library's proposed budget by $100,000. It was brought forward by McIntyre Councillor Albert Aiello, but did not receive support from Council. And it wasn't his only suggestion surrounding library cuts.
We presently have 4 libraries in our city of Thunder Bay. Again, me personally, I don't believe we need 4 libraries in the city of Thunder Bay. Just based on population, based on usage.
Aiello spoke of possibly eliminating or consolidating library branches. That idea was discussed in other budget meetings as well, with some councillors saying this could extend hours at the remaining branches while also improving services.
As library CEO, I'm never going to advocate for fewer branches and fewer quality services.
Library CEO Dr. Richard Togman voiced his concerns with the consolidation idea, believing it would in fact limit how they provide services to the community.
You know, a lot of people use their library services as a neighborhood library. So it's not, well, if there's one location in the north side of town, well then we're all good because we know then it isn't accessible to the south side. The same vice versa, if we only move to one intercity location, we know there are a lot of neighborhoods that would be underserviced. People that walk or take public transit would be much less likely to use the library if it wasn't within walking distance.
The library is currently working on their new master facilities plan, which will impact how they provide services to the community for years to come. Togman says there will be public consultation and that everything's on the table when it comes to possible changes.
Opportunity to reimagine and re-envision, to say we've had a library system in Thunder Bay for over 100 years. You know, we know it started with Brodie back in 1912, you know, Waverley in the 1950s. And so a lot of it, like a lot of our city infrastructure, is legacy. And some of that legacy is amazing and worth celebrating and continuing. And some of it is maybe time to move on from.
The library's master facilities plan is expected to be completed in the late spring. Vasilios Bellos, TBT News.